I forgot how it works. Hi guys. Hope you all doing fine. I'm a bit exhausted. AppaTalks is ready to join. Let's go and invite him in. I was chatting with you, so once again, hello everyone and good to see you. I'll tell you why I'm exhausted in a bit. Let's not let our guest wait in. You know what I mean. Just a second. Trying to find how it works. Find out, probably. Wow, I'm a mess today. I mean, in my head. Being tired is not a good thing. You cannot think straight. AppaTalks, if you're there listening, I've sent you the link so you can join any second. Okay, guys. I'm a progressive rock freak, but I get the reason for black metal, says Mr. Nobody. Let's not leave our guest hanging. Yes, thank you for the English phrase here. I enjoy it. Teaching? Learning? No, learning something new. Hello, bye-bye. Where are you from? Okay, I think it's also my allergies. That's maybe I also feel that way. Okay, good afternoon. FFC Festa, how you doing? Hi everyone. Progressive interesting. Привіт з Ontario область. How are you doing, Hugh G? How is it going? That flag in the bottom says Donetsk is Ukraine. Let me show it to you. Донеччина – це Україна. Donetsk Oblast, like more like a region of Donetsk. Okay, I think AppaTalks is already here. Just a second, AppaTalks. Add a new... No, not this cam. This cam. Hello, now we can hear and see you. How are you doing?
Hey, everyone. I am doing very well. I am just now joining the Streamlabs. Looks like your video for me had stalled, but I am assuming everything's okay.
Now it's not. Yeah, it's moving. You're moving.
Okay. And I see there's like maybe about 15-second delay from the stream to the YouTube, which is okay. One, that saxophone piece in between the heavy metal was amazing. I really liked that. And everyone, hi, I'm AppaTalks. I'm really nice to meet everyone. I am proud to call myself a Rick Roller.
Nah, and I'm proud to have you in our ranks, as I say lately. Can we should we call you AppaTalks, or you're okay to say us your real name?
AppaTalks works. It's a moniker I've used for quite a long time. It means father in Korean. I have a backstory. I lived in South Korea for quite a while teaching English there. And then I migrated back to the United States after getting married and having children.
So, fellow Rick Roller, please tell us more about yourself, because yeah, I'm really curious. I know that you also have a YouTube channel. I checked it a few months ago, but I didn't get deep, like didn't watch anything, so I don't remember already what's it about. And not only that,
so
tell us
more. No, that's a good question. My YouTube channel, I've had it for a long time. In the very beginning, I wanted to be I live in Texas, and I wanted to shoot videos of some family property and things of that nature, but YouTube kind of cracked down on their guidelines, and ever since then I've just kind of uploaded me doing odd and strange things that my wife doesn't like. Sort of thing.
Yes, I remember. That's the description of the channel.
Yeah, it was, but I changed it just a few weeks ago, or maybe maybe last week, to say I support Ukraine, and the reason is when y'all had that stream a while back, I forgot who, maybe it was Greg or maybe it was one of the other streamers, but they said, look, we need to bring more people into letting know about Ukraine, because it does seem like over the last year support has kind of faded down. And my channel has a reach of about 1,000 subscribers due to probably a couple of viral videos I've had. And so it's not much, but I want to go ahead and start promoting your channel out there, and just bringing that awareness to people who don't know. Just the other day, I went to my mom's place and I asked her, like how's she doing and all that good stuff. And do you know about the war in Ukraine? She had no idea, which probably shouldn't surprise a lot of people, but it did surprise me. And yeah, that's basically. Uh, that's basically me in a nutshell. I might have a few videos out there that talk about precious metals or technology or dumb things, but now I have a focus. And uh, part of the reason I said, hey, let's do a stream together is last week you were talking to your guest and mentioned something about translating Ukrainian to English. A lot of your videos, or a couple of your videos from like a year back, you were doing these dubbing videos. Some of them are my favorite dubs, and I know there's a lot of work that goes into that kind of thing. In South Korea, when I met my wife, I love to share Star Trek with her. I'm a huge Trekkie.
Oh man,
In
live long
fact,
and prosper,
in fact,
brother.
thank you, thank you. She made this for me,
Oh, so cute.
a little Spock figurine, and I asked her, and she said if I wanted to, I can go ahead and gift it your way if you're interested. She'll just make me another one. But part of that story is subtitles are very hard to get your hands on, and good ones. And oftentimes you'd have to kind of roll your own. And if you do your own subtitles, there's a lot of work that goes involved just with the timestamps.
Yeah.
If we forward fast to today, we got artificial intelligence, Google Translate, all these technologies that come together. And over the last month or so, I've been able to play with AI to get English translations from Ukrainian in a very seamless, quick fashion. So I no longer have to worry about like, do I understand this video from Telegram or from Facebook or some other multimedia software or a platform out there. And so I thought, let me tell Rick about this. It might make his life or people that he works with a lot easier.
I really like it. I like
So
the
yeah.
idea, and if yeah, we can really work on that, because you see, right now, to be honest, it's I I constantly talk about making more dubs, but I don't have time for it at all these days. I need to stream twice a week, prepare for the streams, do the fundraising preparation, do the fundraising reporting, and also I'm sending packages to rollers, and there are dozens of them, and that's not such an easy task for those rollers who already received their packages. They know that it needs some preparation. It needs some meetings also to get that done. So that's a lot of stuff going on, and I just find myself at midnight, exhausted, like also needing to do some report about fundraising for the next hour, and then at 2 a.m. I'm like, okay, there's no time for dubs today too. And every day it's been going for the last 2 months. I'm with this full-time role, and I'm just fully focused on this. And this is a big problem for me, because I really want to do it, and I feel frustrated for not doing this, because that was a very very good feedback about that activity, and I understand the importance of those dubs. How personally for me, it's important that you guys all over the world would see what Russians are inside their heads and what mentality they have, because this gives you the perspective of why it all happens as it happens. Because I watch all of them, and I would really love all of you to watch all of them, but for that you'll need a big team working nonstop, because they are posting them every day on two channels now. It's Dmitro Karpenko and Volodymyr Zolkin now. Instead of one channel, they have two. Yes, they're posting one after another, but sometimes they do two videos at the same day too, and that's a lot of work. So really, if you will join my team in dubbing way, the dubbing team, okay? Well, that's what I mean. So, and you will, the thing is, I'm actually using ChatGPT, but if you're talking about some automatic subtitles, and really good quality automatic subtitles, also the thing is, they always need to be corrected because there's a lot of slang. There's a lot of Russian slang, a lot of military slang there. And sometimes, no, well, not sometimes, every time, like 50, not 50, maybe 40% should be reworked after ChatGPT. ChatGPT is great help, but it doesn't do those smart things that we humans who know the language
Right.
do. And some of the captives are mumbling, some of them are talking really quiet. You see, all of those difficulties, they make this work even harder. And yeah, anyway, I would love to see how your thing works, and maybe it's really gonna speed it up.
And I love the way that you're using ChatGPT. The technology that powers it is also behind OpenAI, the power of ChatGPT. They've just recently, within the last couple of months, published these endpoints that are kind of still in beta, but you are right. They do have this limitation of not getting the translations 100%. And now there's some workarounds or potential workarounds that I can foresee working into the code, which involves the pure translation. There's also a transcribe endpoint too. So it transcribes pure Ukrainian to Ukrainian. So
well,
you have that.
they
that
actually
there.
speak Russian, by the way, with captives. That's I your thing is also working with Russian. Is your thing?
Technically, it can work with a whole bunch of different languages. I'm focusing on Ukrainian, but I can code it, or it can be coded to work with Russian or Ukrainian, or any language under the sun, but that they support. The real only limitation right now that I haven't got around, just because I haven't ran into this limitation, is there's about a 25-minute limitation that you can do in bulk. Otherwise, you're going to have to start splitting up the multimedia or audio files. But yes, the translation part could be off. Like, I've seen words that are weird, but there are some ideas to get around that, like passing it through ChatGPT again, so that it fixes that. But the true way of getting around it is having that human touch. But if they have that skeleton of where everything is, they can easily go there and adjust all the words without having to worry about timing, which for me has been my Achilles heels, is getting the timing to line up with importing with VLC player or some platform that is not YouTube. Because YouTube does a fairly decent job at least translating so that I can understand the gist of the story. But other platforms, there are no subtitles, or oftentimes there are very poorly written subtitles. And I'm hoping that's what this will help solve for. And I would love to be part of your team. That sounds like a fun and honorable endeavor.
Though this work is very boring, on the other hand. You mean?
I understand that.
I see the biggest problem is, which I have two volunteer girls helping me already. Their both names are Anastasia. That's just a coincidence. This is not like the condition to join my team. So you can also join my team, Appa. So you should not be Anastasia, not necessarily. But two of them, what they are doing. By the way, Mr. Kaplan, thank you for 20 euros super. In this case, it's not a super chat because there's no message there, and that's not a super sticker because there's no sticker there. Thank you for the super 20 euros. Okay, let's call it that way. So, well, what I was saying is, what they are doing, we're using CapCut to create the automatic subtitles. Again, the process that they are tearing up the sentences in 2 or 3 pieces. They are messing with words. So we are.
Oh yeah, painful. Don't.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I used to do it, and oh no, that's painful.
That's the worst
Yeah, I know
part
that
of
pain.
it. And you see, what they're doing is they are doing that automatic thing, and then they correct the automatic. It's still faster than to put each subtitle with your fingers. It's just exhausting to do that. So first we use CapCut to put the subtitles with timelines, and then they glue some of them into one, then they cut some into 2 and all of that stuff. So that's a big part of work. Then I just take those subtitles, they export them for me, I translate them with ChatGPT, then I sit and go through all of each subtitle and see if it matches the Russian language and if the translation is correct. As I told you, 40% is incorrect, but 60, maybe sometimes 70, if they're you see the topics can be different, and some topics ChatGPT can translate correctly and 100% correctly. So this thing differs. But anyway, that's a lot of work. So for them, it's about 2 hours for 10 minutes of the video. And for me, it's also 2 hours for 10 minutes. So the whole work will take around 4 hours. And then I send it to my friend who's an English teacher. He lives in Manchester, if I'm not mistaken. And he corrects my mistakes together with ChatGPT. So ChatGPT's and mine, those mistakes. And then I am putting the subtitle next to my subtitle, and I see what he changed. Sometimes I also disagree, so I also gotta go through that. But that is a pretty fast thing. It's like 10 extra minutes. But anyway, here's the process, and then only then I can voiceover. Voiceover is not really hard. Comparing to subtitles, voiceover takes only about an hour or hour and a half for 10 minutes. So that's the easiest part. But in general, you see, for 10 minutes together, we were spending about 5 hours. So 5 to 5.5. Pretty long process. What is your comment on this?
Well, I off the bat, I like that you have peer review in the process and it goes through multiple iterations. That's amazing. My line of work is always about improving workflows. So any kind of way we can improve that process, bring 5 hours into 2 hours or something like that, I think is a win-win.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, the peer review thing is an amazing thing to hear. So I love that piece too.
So you see, the thing is, I also improved the process already. Before that, for the first one I made was without ChatGPT, and the second one maybe also. Then I started doing that. Then I started using CapCut. So I discovered the ways to do it faster. But for now, I'm stuck on this level. So maybe you will help me really bring it to 2 hours instead of what?
Yeah,
5.
the way I could see it, if you gave me this problem, the way I could see it, I'm a big Linux user as well. So I would do 2 exports. I would do the transcription from Ukrainian to Ukrainian as one export, and then I would do the translation Ukrainian to English as a second export. I pull up a Vim diff and have them side by side because it'd be an entire dump in just one go, and then I just compare line by line and check for grammar, check for translation and all that good stuff. And a 10-minute video, I wouldn't spend more than an hour on, I don't think, because if I had the same ability in English as you do and a native
And
Ukrainian
no in
speaker,
Russian.
an hour, yeah, not in a rush, that kind of no Russian. Um, there's definitely room for improvement. And that's how I would go about it at first. Um, sounds like an easy way of doing it instead of
Okay.
line by line or bulk by bulk, or I'm sorry, instead of clips. But
You see, the
yeah,
thing
there's
is,
definitely room for improvement from 5 hours down to
the thing is,
whatever
I'm
it is.
also doing it in DaVinci Resolve to edit everything. So how can we
I
do
like
it?
DaVinci. Yeah.
How can we export it then to this program properly? I think it might not be a big problem also, right?
It shouldn't be so the nice thing is these endpoints have multiple formats that we can output to automatically. So I'm not familiar with Capcom, to be honest, but I am familiar with like the SRT format
Mm-hmm.
and similar ones to that. But yeah, we have multiple formats. I am myself a shortcut user, but DaVinci Resolve is also one of those great, free editing programs. And I'm sure there's a way to do it. Just need a little bit of research into that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
DaVinci.
should be an easy thing.
DaVinci is a cool one. It has a lot of potential if you're paying for the license. It can actually bring you the level of Hollywood movies, because a lot of Hollywood movies were edited on DaVinci Resolve, and yeah, but the basic level is also like ultra handy, and you see it has so many tools. And yeah, so I'm using the free basic version, and it allows me to do all the process of dubbing easily, because I don't need any effects. I need the minimum quality and all that stuff. The only thing I need to do is to align all the subtitles, create the new ones. It's pretty handy, though. I really got used to that app. Been using it also before becoming a Ukrainian YouTuber. When I was a gamer, I started editing clips there, and that's what I learned. That program, yeah. Well, as I've said in the beginning, I'm exhausted today because it's been tiring 4 days already. Though they were exciting, and well, all of them. Yeah, I think all of them were exciting. No, Monday was not that exciting though. Okay. Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit earlier in the stream how you felt like a lot of weight on your shoulders, kind of thing. I just want to tell you, I started really following you, I want to say back in November, because of the amount of work you were putting into this, the openness of your record keeping, and just how kind you are to all your viewers, and that drew me into you compared to others. And I feel a lot of appreciation to how much work you put into it, and I also kind of want to say you should take breaks from now and then, because it's been stressful for me, and I don't even do this. Like Ukraine is not is not the same level of attention that you give it, because I'm in a whole different part of the world, and I have kids, and I'm kind of old. I'm about 10 years older than you, but at the same time, I feel this heavy weight because I think it started when Zelensky gave that speech. We don't need a ride. We need ammo. And from that day forward, I've been emotionally invested in Ukraine, and I know Ukraine will win. I know we need to be there to help support you, and the amount of work you're putting into it, it's amazing. And all your guests, you have amazing guests who work with you. Some I'm subscribed to, some I didn't even hear about until you brought them on, and then I go out and subscribe to them. I feel a little bit sad that I can't give them all money, but I trust the way you do the process, and I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you so much for the kind words and appreciation. It is touching to hear them, to be honest. But this time I didn't shed a tear. Almost. I don't know why. Though today was an emotional morning. I will tell you why. By the way, Allah, are you still there? I've seen you there in the chat. I know that you're probably busy, but who knows? Maybe you're still there. Anyway, Lynn thank you for 13.99 Canadian dollars super chat saying possibly more surprises coming from the front lines. Lynn, I hope not bad surprises, because surprises might not be good also, because lately, if you read Deep State Telegram channel where they put out the news from the front lines and the updates on the map, well, the front line didn't stabilize, as Zelensky tells in every interview or the press conference. Zelensky is unfortunately is still following, and his office, they are still following the tactics. Awesome. Alla Shahova is there. You see, guys. So I met her and other awesome fellas today. I will tell you just in a bit. Just wanted to finish my thought. So Zelensky is taking the tactic of calming everyone, especially Ukrainian society. He is hiding the truth, and he's who? His team, yeah? So they're hiding the truth about how bad situation is, just to keep everyone calm and assure everyone that we're winning and all that stuff. So he said, so the situation stabilized on the front line. Now we're holding it, but no. The thing is, it slowed down, but it didn't stabilize. Russians, as they had... Okay, he is not lying, actually, because that major breakthrough on Avdiivka and how fast and how rapidly Russian forces were moving, yes, that thing stabilized. But to what extent? The thing is, all the other small villages, big villages. For example, yesterday Russians finally for them, and sadly for us, they captured Pervomayske. They were trying to do it for a year and a half, and Pervomayske doesn't exist anymore, and our forces were squeezed out. It was 59th Brigade battalion. It was not just them, but mostly they were, and they left Pervomayske, and bit by bit, but Russians are destroying every town or village that they are approaching, and this will keep happening. And unfortunately, we also have bad news about the mobilization, about the conscription law that we need to pass in our government. Yesterday we had the news that there are not going to be any motivational things. So they are really making that law, how would I say it? They are making it weak, you see, and not being able to bring us some huge boost in number of people. And even I realized that this may touch me, and I may go under this conscription too, but I am willing to pay this price to see my country free, liberated, and whole, and we are all alive. Because when Russians are capturing, there's no Ukrainian could be there anymore. So they're totally erasing our identity, the identity of people, of Ukrainian people. They are denying Ukrainians their identity. They just want us to all die, or just be broken mentally and become Russians, become Soviets. You see that they still see it as a Soviet Union. And this doesn't apply only to their government. It applies to the regular people, because when you watch those interviews, they can never answer who attacked who. Like sometimes they do, like in 10% of cases they will say we attacked you, yes, but usually they don't understand, and that all comes from the fact that they don't realize that we're not one country, because Russia taught them that we are one country, one folk. Oh, we lost AppaTalks, but let me finish my thought. Yeah, AppaTalks is back. And Ron, Wrong camera. So Russians convinced us, not us, Russians, that we're one folk, one nation, you see, one country, and they don't realize that they're actually invading. They're like, hey, what's the problem? We went
Okay.
there to help because they're... Huh. And we lost him again. What is he trying to do there? Admirable, you're willing to pay the price. Can you let us know an idea of Ukrainian public opinion as a whole? It's divided, of course, because the people who are afraid to go to the front line and who are afraid to go to war, they simply say, "Oh, it should be someone else. It should not be me." But no, it should be us because we're the citizens of our country. I simply don't volunteer and don't do it voluntarily because I... AppaTalks is joining us back. Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
No problem. I just, I was saying that, well, I had a question there from Cass in the chat. Can you let us know an idea of Ukrainian public opinion as a whole? Public opinion is different. Some people say that it's okay, but you see, the longer the war is going, the less volunteers we have, because people see for real what war is. And in the beginning of full-scale invasion, it was different. There were no FPV drones, like the weapons were different. And now you cannot hide from them anywhere. There are so many of them. And by the end of the year, there's not going to be possible to do, like, to hide anywhere, because there's going to be so many of them. Well, Buy Me a Coffee alert didn't work. I just got coffees. I think it's that bug again as once, you remember? Oh no, it's just a message, okay. That's not a coffee.
You were mentioned. Sorry, when I had that hiccup. When I hope it does not come to you needing to go to the front lines or do anything that you don't want to do. But I sent you a picture that that kind of I feel bad for America not doing this, sending the support that we should be sending you, that we promised. Part of me coming on the stream as an American is, I hope our leadership sees that, the citizenry is with Ukraine. A good majority of us, even if we're a silent majority, are with you. And one thing that has always surprised me is the Ukrainian government military has always said, look, we're willing to do this on our own. We don't want soldiers on the ground from other countries. We just need the help and assistance, the ammunition to beat them back. And a lot of commentators out there in the mainstream news attribute Russia making grounds due to the lack of ammunition that we promised we would provide. And that, I'm sorry to say, makes me angry. And I'm a very chill guy most of the time, but when I think about that, it does kind of stress me out. But I want to let you know I'm here with you. And I try to support as much as I can. And I beg, I suggest everyone give as much support as they can as well, because we're all in this together. We might not be on the front lines there, but I do believe that we're all in this together.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to show the picture you sent me. Just give me a second. I'm sighing that hard because, yeah, we could have used that promised aid, and it makes us Ukrainians feel abandoned, and it really is hard to accept. But I think I'm starting to accept it. I'm still angry on your government, but I think we maybe it's even for the better. Not for us to lose more and more lives because of that, because you guys understand that if we cannot hold Russians, that they're killing more of our soldiers because we don't have ammunition to stop them with. And But on the other hand, Europe is now opening their eyes, partially because US stopped supporting us. I mean, in military way. Of course, I'm talking also about your government. I'm not talking about you guys, because you keep supporting us, and I'm really grateful to each and every one of you. And when I say US, I don't mean US people. I only mean your government, like the official US. Because you guys, with these grassroots efforts, you do so much, and you help us so much that I cannot be more lucky, and we Ukrainians cannot be more lucky. I met a soldier yesterday, and he told me he was from 79th Brigade. It was me and Halina. We rollers helped Halina to raise funds for Mavic 3T drone, and we were actually handing it over yesterday and made an awesome video from that event, I would say. But no, it's just a meeting. So he told me that yeah, okay, you will see that in the video, no spoilers. But he told me that, guys, without this help, without you volunteers helping us, and that means you guys who are donating also together with us volunteers, without that help, they couldn't do it. They would be dead. And I know that he means that. It's not just like, some phrases sometimes that we say to say thank you, like, oh, without this support I would be dead. No, guys, literally, without that equipment, without those Mavics, without those vehicles, without those, what do we have also there, thermal scopes, initiation chips, FPV-drones. Without all of that, they would be dead. More of them would be dead. And I was actually switching topics as I usually do. That's my style. You cannot get anywhere from that. And also the second part, which I'm not proud of, but a rig that never gets anywhere in time, is also my my characteristics, unfortunately. But that we. I was talking about Zelensky's politics to keep everyone calm and not see how bad situation really is. And the problem with this law for conscription is that Zelensky is also using the same tactics. He says, I personally don't see that we need 500,000 people there on the front line. And he's lying. We need 500,000 more people there on the front line, because Russians have more people than we have. That's first thing. Russians now have more FPV drones. Russians have more artillery shells and more artillery systems to just level everything with the ground or to the ground. There's some noise coming from your mic, AppaTalks, like. Oh, it stopped. It was like a scratchy noise, just like if you put your mic into the 3.5 millimeter jack, and it's scratching again after you moved it. It was pretty good before.
Sorry. How's that?
Okay, that's
also scratchy.
Also sounds a bit like the. How do you call the noise when someone is calling you and you have that broadcasting noise? How do you call that noise?
Oh, static, kind of staticky.
Yes, kind of static also.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Sorry about that. Let me. Oh, I know. Okay. I'll just turn it down while I'm not talking.
No, it's okay.
Or
no. I mean, let's see if it will get out there again.
Stabilizes. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No problem. I'm just saying that we need, and it's not just me, guys. A lot of Ukrainian activists are saying that it is time to stop calming the people and show them the real situation. I don't know what they're afraid of, but they're really afraid to say the whole truth to our society, to Ukrainian society. That's not for the international society. That's just for Ukrainians. Maybe they think that they will lose their power. Who knows? I really don't know about those politicians. They're just playing their political games. That's first thing. And the second thing, well, it seemed to me that I just sounded like Russian when I say, that's politicians. They're playing their political games. No, it's not just that. That's what I told you. It's they're afraid to say the truth, the whole truth. So they say just part of the truth. And we, right now, Ukrainian society needs to know the whole truth, that it's really fucked up out there on the front line. And it is not going to be getting better with us conscripting just as we did before. And that law should pass faster. It's been dragging for 4 months now. If I'm not mistaken, it was still Zaluzhny as a commander-in-chief who introduced that law. And he's gone for a few months now. So, yeah, and I think I finished with all my points for now.
Just to recap, is the law you're talking about where they lowered the conscription age from what, 25 from 27, that one?
From 27 to 25, that's first, but it's not only about the age. They're trying to develop a few new practices. Practice? Do you say that? You don't say that.
Procedures and practices.
Procedures and practices, yeah, something like that, I think. So yeah, to make it like more in control, they want to digitalize the process, and that's a good thing. Though, and they want to get rid of some of the corruption. It's impossible to get rid of all the corruption, but yesterday I've read an awesome message from Yuri Hudimenko, the Ukrainian soldier, activist, veteran now because he was badly wounded. His right arm is not working anymore. He was volunteering in the first days of full-scale invasion. He was fighting in Kharkiv Oblast, and a mortar struck him, and he lost the ability to use his right arm. It's not working anymore, and his right leg, he can walk now, but it is still injured, and I think he's not using crutches anymore, so it's improving. But I admire that man a lot. He's also a writer. I have his book here. Just give me a second. Yeah, I think it was last year, maybe September, maybe August, when I met him. I was actually, I went there. He was signing his book, and I went there, so I have a book with his sign. So, you rollers who watch me from that time, you probably remember who Yuri Hudimenko is. Wow, that's really, really piled up there, and the book is really far already. Like, I had to get into the bottom of the drawer to get it because I was piling it up with stuff. So here he is, Yuri Hudimenko. Just a second, I'm gonna close this and get to this screen to make it bigger. You see his right arm is already injured on this picture. Yeah, so this one is could be translated as stories and wars. And he actually...
It's a nice cover.
Yeah, it's a nice cover, but he said, why is it in black and white? It's like I'm already dead. Maybe you should have do more colors. No, he said it was in white before, not in yellow. So it looked like he's not with us anymore, but he's alive and he's kicking hard. He's working in the committee of the Free Nations of Russia, so like the national movements that is leading ideally in the future to the disintegration of Russian Empire, and making it many countries, many national countries. So he's working in that committee, and he's working on veteran policy. A very, very active guy who's also, like, I would call him a best of politicians, because he's not playing politics. He's really not playing. He's actually working on improving our veteran politics, because, guys, there's no veteran. We have a ministry, but the previous head of it, she was doing nothing and just stealing money. She got out of there, but of course she bears no responsibility for that. Alla Shachova there is telling us Hudimenko is an absolute legend and he is an amazing politician. Exactly, yeah. I would say he's a very good example of a politician. I would even say he may be an example, like an exemplary politician, but not in a typical sense. He's not some populist. He looks more like, I don't know, to me, like Reagan, who's actually acting and doing something. And that dude, yes, and is an absolute legend. I totally agree. So it's an honor for me to meet him, and I would love in the future maybe to work together with him, because yeah, reaching his level would be awesome. Because he does a lot, he works a lot. But how did I get to Hudimenko? Do you remember?
You are very good at streaming your mind, and that's one thing I love about you. I don't know how you got there, but I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's actually a stream of my thoughts. I usually switch topics, but I think I'm still informative, even without finishing
Yeah.
some of them.
If you another thing that drew me to you way in the beginning was your mention of Star Trek, right? If you're a Deep Space Nine viewer, there's an
Yeah.
episode where Jake Sisko likes visceral writing. Your mind is very visceral, a streaming of thoughts, and you're very relaxing to listen to. So
Huh.
yeah, that's awesome.
Nice. Also good to know that I'm relaxing to listen to. And still motivating somehow to donate. Wow. Like, relax people and ask him to donate. I'm not asking to donate today, guys, by the way, because on Wednesday streams, we're not fundraising. We're just talking, chilling. And what else are we doing? And maybe reading some news. I would love to read some news and translate some articles for you from Deep State, because I think a lot of information from Deep State doesn't go out there. It stays here in Ukraine, and you probably don't know some details of advancements, unfortunately right now Russian advancements only on the front line. Tim Bob, Rick's fundraisers brought about saved soldier lives, including after they return home. Do you get that sentence? Because I don't. Rick's fundraisers.
I don't see it. Let me scroll up.
Tim Bob. It's about tenths from the bottom.
Okay. Oh, Tim. Okay, Rick's fundraisers brought about saved soldiers' lives. Oh, so he's basically saying your fundraisers save lives even when they come home. So things like providing. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you've done fundraisers like this, emotional support for veterans or things like that. I suppose injured. You've helped a lot of injured as well. So
Yeah, with Lila.
that's how I read it. I read it as positive.
No. I mean, I read it as positive too, but just wanted to get to the bottom of the meaning. So you see here, also what we do here on these streams, we're learning English. So that's usually, how I just want to understand everything you guys are saying there in the chat. So sometimes I will ask questions like this. Can you please explain me that sentence? And stuff.
One thing I've learned, so I did teach English in South Korea for a long time. One thing I learned as an English teacher there is oftentimes the students are better at English than the teachers, just because you guys do study the actual right way of doing things, and we just grow up with it naturally. So we often get things wrong. So don't be surprised if you know more than us in the technical sense.
No, it's not about me. Yeah. I usually have troubles with times. I constantly use present continuous and past perfect or present perfect. No, present perfect. Yeah,
Tense. We call it tense. Yeah.
tense.
Past tense, present tense, future
Yes.
tense, whatever.
I constantly
Yeah.
use it when I need to say I did. I will say I was doing. Yeah. So all that stuff. So that's one problem that I'm not actually working at. I'm not thinking. It's just a flow of thoughts, as you said.
Yeah. Same experience in Korea. Well, oftentimes the past tense adding ed, I accepted or I passed, they would add the ed when it wasn't necessary. So I understand that that English can definitely be hard for sure, and I applaud those who even attempt trying to speak it, and I especially applaud those who use it in their everyday language when it's not their first language. So yes, awesome.
Okay, I still need to show the screen. For that, I need to add the source, and for that, I need to stop the flow of my thoughts and our conversation here. Put it on pause for a bit. So just give me a second, please. I don't like this in Streamlabs OBS, but that's how it works. You need to do it almost almost every time. Add the new source and see. I'm adding the source, but I cannot see the.
Yeah, OBS is weird like that. Sometimes I find I have to remove altogether the various inputs that reference that source and then re-add it. Sometimes I have to restart OBS in order for it to work.
So
But
I
yeah,
cannot
I love
allow
OBS,
myself
so.
to restart OBS, so I need to restart browser and cross my fingers to see if it works. Yeah. So that should be it. Okay. Yes, I finally have it. So restart in browser helps.
Nice.
And usually helps. And this time it helped too. Still want to show the photo that you were sending here. We are not asking too much. We just need an artillery shells and aviation. Rest we do ourselves. Exactly.
I think I got that off the official Twitter Ukraine account, government Ukraine account.
Yeah, guys, that's basically it. We're not, in this case, we're not being, how do you call it? When people are demanding something without the right to demand. We had agreements. We had Budapest Memorandum where we had our nuclear weapons taken from us. And that was a trick. That was Russian trick to get, not only that, guys, strategical bombarders with which they are launching rockets at us. They took it from us. Most of them, well, not most of them, but at least I think a half of them. Those two 160, 295. Now, what else is there? 260? Not sure about that. But all those Tupolev, huge bombarders, and now they're launching rockets at us with them. So our weapons being taken from us with help of US and Britain was given to Russia. Why the fuck it happened like this back then? Can you imagine how? Wow. I only now realized that it was the play along with keeping the Russia a Soviet Union. Like an empire.
The sad thing is we saw this coming too. Like in 2014 when they took Crimea silently, we should have seen this coming. And then when they did when they were gathering in Belarus the months preceding that, we should have known. We should have known that this was going to happen. We kind of did, but we didn't act the way the United States and England didn't act the way we should have, in my humble opinion. because of that agreement of giving up the nuclear weapons. And that is one thing I hate to use foul language, but I want to say I'm very pissed at our governments for even allowing it to get this far.
Very pissed is very politely said, my friend. It's not an obscene language. Like, you know how I usually say it.
Yes. All good.
But yeah, this time I will not be saying it again. I have said it today too many times. Anyway, just wanted to tell you, finally, after an hour of streaming today, where I've been today. And I think now I can use the... Well, what is it? Where I've been. Is it a present perfect? Where I've been today.
Yeah, I think you're using it right. Today I've been at, that kind of thing. I was at. It's all good.
You see, I was at this still. So guys. Yeah, please tell me.
I was gonna say your English is good. I understand you 99% of the time.
Yeah, I know. But it's also sometimes I get the criticism from. Well, I think she.
See, my English should be criticized more than others. I stumble a lot. I stutter. Sometimes my mind thinks faster than the words can come out. And I don't have the right, acronyms or synonyms or whatever kind of words that I'm sure you know the categories way better than I do. You're awesome, bro. Your English is good. I wouldn't stress over it.
Yeah, I'm not stressing over it. Just that's the only person who criticized me is my wife. You see,
That's expected.
Yeah, but she's doing it for my sake, for me to improve. I understand that, so no problem with that. But she told me that. I think she's okay with me saying it to all of you guys, just so you know
awesome.
that's where it comes from. Because before that, I didn't care. But now I started asking myself. Okay, guys. So today I went and met these amazing people. These are the students of a school in Petrivci. Well, there are Novi Petrivci and Stari Petrivci, which is actually two villages, if I'm not mistaken, next to Vyshhorod. You probably know where Vyshhorod is. We can actually look at up on Deep State, and we can see how close Russians came to Novi Petrivci. Let's go there. Here is... You see, guys, Lutysh, they were pretty close. And they were shelling that place. Here's Vyshhorod, here's Kyiv, Vyshhorod, and here's Novi and Stari Petrivci. So I went to Stari Petrivci and visited the school where these kids and Alla, their teacher, they're making a podcast. They are... Just give me a second, I'm not showing you them. Yeah, so here's Alla standing next to me. And here are Vlad, Darina, Lisa, and Masha. There was also Nastya, but she's not here in the room. She was there before, so we did a few of them, and they call their podcast Sveti Petrivci, Saint Petrivci. So, and we had that. I don't know if it's a joke or not, but today we agreed with them that Novi Petrivci and Stari Petrivci, when they're together, they make a Sveti Petrivci, Saint Petrivci. So actually, Novi is new Petrivci, Stari is old Petrivci, and together they create a Sveti Petrivci. So there's the name of their podcast. They invited me there a week ago. We were supposed to meet last week, but I had to reappoint, and I went there today. And this was fantastic. these guys are so inspiring. They are making a podcast in the school, and they're talking about much more than just school stuff. They're talking about everything. We were talking about war today. We were talking about trauma. We were talking about, mm, well, about everything, about life. And these guys are not kids anymore. I must tell you, they are grown-ups, and that from you see in one hand or on one hand on the other hand
On one hand,
on
on
one
the other
hand,
hand,
yeah, on one
depends. Finish
hand,
the sentence. Let's see.
on one hand, this is sad that they are grown-ups already, around their 14, but on the other hand, they are doing an awesome work, and it makes me happy that they're really putting energy into something awesome, because they're not doing some entertainment podcast. They're doing a very interesting educational podcast. For example, they invited Ukrainian YouTuber Dragli. He's an LGBTQ community. I would call him not just member, but he is advocating for the community, right? So he's an activist, yes. So he's an LGBTQ activist, and they are fighting homophobia in their school with that guy, with the help of that guy. So that was an awesome podcast. I've listened to it, and I really decided, I decided that I should go there and talk to them before the podcast. But when I listened to it, I was like, wow, guys are amazing. I gotta go and visit them and talk to them. Allah is there in the chat, guys. So Allah was there from the beginning of the stream. And she's saying, Rick, thank you so much for coming for our podcast. It was definitely an inspiring experience. We cannot wait to edit and release the episode with you. So, guys, it's going to be in Ukrainian. So those of you who know Ukrainian or who can easily translate it as AppaTalks, you will be able to listen to that. There's going to be, I think, 2 episodes in Ukrainian, but we did 1 episode in English with Allah. Allah is actually an English teacher, so she has perfect English, and we did an interesting interesting episode, also around 40 minutes talk with Allah. Amazing, also amazing experience, and talking with all of you guys was an awesome experience, because as I told you guys, we were talking about everything, and we were also talking about trauma, and you will hear it. Lisa is actually not hiding it. We recorded it. She shared her family traumatizing experience, and it was it was really what I want to say. It was really touching in the end, and I think we managed to support her all together, and she really needed to tell it to the world, and I admire her and her strength and, I don't know, wisdom also to share this and to express, to express it, and to let it out, and let the world know her story. And this was very inspirational for me too. And I just want to thank you, Lisa. I want to thank each of you guys. Thank you, Darina. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Masha. Thank you, Nastya. And Allah, thank you too. Guys, there's going to be a video in a few days. I'm going to glue out glue up a video from a few pieces that we were filming there, with just a little tiny edit. And you know how I do. I like it raw, just like you're there with us, having all those moments when when something is not going as planned. You know, just like it that way. So there's going to be a video, and then hopefully in a few weeks you guys will post the podcast on your channel. And I also asked Allah to take the English version and send it to me so I can post it in here. So yeah, I think you'll also see one part of that on my channel. Oh, not see, in this case, you'll listen to it because it's going to be a podcast. And the team is working really professionally. Everyone is really looking after the amount of noise around and really taking it seriously. And yeah, they are professionals in this, I must say. So damn, so much inspiration. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me today, inviting me, first of all. And I also invited them to my stream some Sunday this month. Yeah, by the end of the April, we'll have Sveti Petrivci here. So yeah, can't wait to have you guys here. Let's have fun here on the stream, but also maybe some sorrow, because it's in Ukraine. It's not about fun mostly lately. We're going through an existential war for our survival. So everyone here in Ukraine, from young to old, we gotta focus on this. And there are still people, I won't lie to you guys, there are still people here in Ukraine who think it's not their war and they can just sit somewhere and it won't touch them. And some of them are just living their lives without any understanding of the real situation. And someday they will understand. Someday they will know. So it's not about us, though. It's not about Sveti Petrivci. So there's gonna be an awesome stream. That's first. And secondly, we are the active ones. We are the ones who are bringing victory together with our grassroots efforts. But anyway, we're gonna get there, guys. Someday, no matter how hard it will be, we'll get there.
You know, I like that you encourage the youth. I know it's cliche to say, but they are the future. The youth are the future for everyone, and that is very important to encourage the youth. I look forward to those videos, and if I have to do my own translation, I'm going to do it.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Definitely look forward to that.
Thank you so much, Rick. The pictures make it look like you all had a great time. Very cool indeed. Yeah, videos will show it too, and some audios will show it. Also shared some of my experience of living in occupation with Allah, and some new details that I didn't tell you. Yeah, I just discovered it for myself. Like sometimes you just don't realize some things until you tell it to someone. Yeah. So in conversation, a lot of truth being uncovered, I would say. Yeah, because when you just speak to yourself and you're not a book writer, right? I'm not a book writer, guys. You can miss so much, but when you have a chance to talk to someone, you really can discover some very interesting things. Jerry Korolchuk. Hi, Yaroslav. Me too. I have American too. I give you like. What do you mean by that? Me too, I have American too. Allah says thank you for such a kind words from your subscribers. Now I can imagine why you admire your community so much. Yeah, now you can imagine. Now you see, and this community is driving me. I work lately nonstop. Yeah, AppaTalks is one of the rollers, so he's sending hearts there too to you. So I just wanted to say that I work nonstop lately. Uh, I would say not 24/7, but definitely at least six. No, who am I trying to fool? 7 days a week. I'm working 7 days a week. I wish I worked 6 days a week, but right now, and I don't want to have a rest, to be honest, guys. I only take it as a necessity. Like, one day I just feel exhausted and I'm like, okay, I won't prepare a video today. Let's not have another premiere today. Let's skip it. Let's have no content posted today, Rick. Okay, just be a bit more gentle to yourself, and that's only when I rest. But when I'm energetic, when I do that, when I'm energetic, I won't stop working. Yes, and I wanted to say that even though I work that much, I am not burning out at all, because this community, with your support, guys, you're an ultimate fuel, I would say. You fuel me so much. Thank you. Thank you for that, rollers. You're awesome.
You're awesome too.
Thanks, man. Tim Bob Rig, just sleep like a whale, half brain at time. There's also a problem with that, because, for example, this week, what I had to do on Monday, I slept until 12:30 p.m. So like a midday, because I finished the stream at 4 a.m. and I went to bed at 4:30. So, but I still didn't have enough sleep. Sleeping until 12:30 p.m. was not enough for me to have the energy that day. So, but I spent it doing the homework, because I also have responsibilities at home, and I need to clean up the mess I'm leaving, or just the mess that is growing up, because when you have two cats, you also have tumbleweeds of four, flying all around. So you really need to do a lot of cleaning, and I was doing it the whole Monday, even though I was exhausted. And then on Tuesday, yesterday, I needed to go at 10 a.m. I needed to be at the car repair service, because I decided, since I am full-time rolling and not working on two jobs, I finally gotta go repair my car, because it's been half a year without visiting the car service. Half a year, guys. I was just postponing all of that for later, putting it for later. So I then spent half a day there. Then I went home, sent three. I managed to send only 3 packages to you rollers, and then I went back there, and then I went to Helena after that. We did some regular activity for you guys. Some of you know what I'm talking about. We have given the drone, the Mavic 3T drone, to a soldier. That's what we did yesterday. So I came back home pretty late. And guys, we had a power outage yesterday for the rest of the evening, since 9 p.m. until the midnight. So I tried my best to create the stream yesterday before that, but I failed because I wasn't able to do it from my wife's laptop, and I I don't have my laptop yet because I don't see it as a necessity. But if these power outages will start happening again and again, as that was in 2022 and the early 2023, I will just buy myself one. By the way, I've bought one for my parents. Well, I bought only half of it. I gifted them the half of, even less than a half, to be honest. Yeah, of the laptop, like the third of it. Anyway, I just see that for 25,000 hryvnias, which is what, $650, you can buy yourself a decent laptop for work with Ryzen 7, with 1 terabyte SSD. And I actually don't need graphics because I don't render much on the laptop. And even if I do, integrated graphics will just make it 2 times longer, and it's not a problem. I think for me, in my case, it's not a problem. So yeah, I can afford that in case I will have to do it. But I'm forgetting to thank you guys for gifted memberships there. Lord Farm, thank you for 5 gifted, and Salt of the Red Earth, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. This is very much appreciated. Also, I have 2 donations. Just give me a second. Agnes K with $100 with no comment, and $25 from Holy Oblation. Be safe, my friend. Thank you very much. So yesterday was a pretty busy day, and guys, after that, the lights were back at what? At midnight. Okay, sorry for the details, but I need to tell you from what my day can be made of, so you can understand more. So then I went to the shower. Then I had to also do some home stuff that I forgot already, but then I had to go and create the stream for today because it should be done beforehand. So I was able to go to bed only at about 1:30 a.m. So all of that, all of these details, power outages, I really hope that they won't be getting back. It was really hard those days to live in Ukraine. And yesterday I discovered that EcoFlow that I bought for myself, it's not capable of actually powering my PC, which showed me only like 100 watts, but monitor when before, like during the midday, it was on 100% brightness, and on 100% brightness it is unable to power it. It takes too much power. So right now I'm putting it back to 15% because it's getting darker, and I checked today on 15%. I was able to power it from EcoFlow. You see the problem, it's in the details. So today, after I needed to wake up at 8 a.m. today, so another 6 hours of sleep. So it's 3 nights in a row without a proper amount of sleep. And tomorrow, guys, it's gonna happen again because I need to go to the car repair service.
You're a trooper.
More car repair tomorrow. But I think I got the car part already with me, so it should be faster. But anyway, it should be done in the morning, 9 a.m. I should already be there. Luckily, this car service is pretty close to me, so only like maximum 10-minute drive, and I'm gonna be there. So at least I'm gonna wake up at 8, not at 7. So yeah, that's basically my week, guys. Thank you for listening to this. It might not be the most interesting stuff, but anyway, it's something I want to share with you since you did you want to know? Like
I love hearing. So part of my growing up in college was being kind of anthropologist, kind of international relationships, political scientist. I always learn about always love learning about different cultures and the way they do things. The most boring part could be the most boring part for someone could be one of the most interesting parts for someone who's learning about people. Um, one one thing that you learn from Roman history, or you don't learn from Roman history, is what everyone's normal in day to day like was. Because I was so long ago, no one kept records of like what do they do for going to the bathroom. Now we piece together those kinds of things. Not that
Hmm.
I want to know what you do for going to the bathroom, but um, keeping those records, keeping that history, letting people, letting the future, have that data available, I think is important. And thank you for sharing that. Yes.
Thanks, man. I just I see the question from Mertzi. What model EcoFlow do you have? That's River River Pro Max. Yeah, that one is not the huge one, but I thought that I don't need like a very powerful one for 1 kilowatt. This one is 550 watts, and it should be enough. But as you can see, this monitor is a gaming monitor, and with full brightness, it's 27 inches, and yeah, that might be a pretty consuming thing. So understandable. And my PC has 600 watt power supply, so yeah, probably not the best fitting EcoFlow for for that one. But anyway, I powered it with 15% of from the monitor, so yeah, it will work next time. I just need to do it every time, but you cannot always know. You see, here on this balcony, there's so much light during the day that you need to get it up. So, like, if you're not getting the brightness up, you'll be just doing like this. You see, when the light is shining on it, it's just terrible. Just Jimmy, you need a more powerful EcoFlow. Now, let's deal with this for now, guys. EcoFlows are expensive, and I've got mine for what, 550, almost for 600 bucks. Another like more powerful one will take 1,000 bucks at least. And no, I don't need this.
you, in Texas, a couple years ago, we had what we call like snowmageddon. It just got really, really cold, and where I live, power went out in the city for a week or two at the time, and unfortunately, we didn't have power to even drive our heaters or whatnot. And so I looked into similar products, EcoFlow and other uh, solar generation battery backups, and I came to the same conclusion. It's not powerful enough to run my PC and that kind of thing. What you might end up doing, and I highly recommend this for those who they feel technical, is build your own machine. Get a nice powerful inverter like a 2000 watt or a 3000 watt. And the only real expensive part of a build are the batteries. If you have one or two solar panels, you can let them charge during the day, and they will run, at least for my backup, I have it able to run any appliance in the house, including like the dryer for
Hmm.
a good day of power. Something you might end up doing down the line. And the nice thing is, if it breaks, all you have to do is replace that one component that you've put together yourself. Uh, but
But
for $500 for a 500 watt, that's not a bad price for a system that's already put together, and it's definitely good for laptops. And I think it could even run a Starlink if you had one of those too.
500 water, what are you talking about? I don't know what system you're
So
talking
the
about.
the EcoFlow that you mentioned, you said it can run 500 watts, something like that. The
Mm-hmm.
output power.
Yeah.
So you're going to want something that has at least 3,000 watts, can hold 15 to 30 amps
Uh-huh.
for output to run your PC reliably.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So, well, let's see if I need this. The problem also is because you're talking about solar panels and stuff, and I live in rental apartment, and I cannot just put much out there. or
You could use
drone.
your mains. It's the batteries that are the important part. It's the batteries. As long as the batteries stay charged, and like when we had Snowmageddon, we did have like 10 minutes of on and off power, which is not useful for anybody
Mm-hmm.
unless you use them to charge batteries. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's the batteries that are the most important part.
Okay, yeah, I should think maybe of a bigger EcoFlow. Anyway, impressive building your own. What do you mean? The PC. I actually am a PC builder. Was doing it in occupation. Yeah, I was building PCs for people, and this was my passion back then. I really liked those shiny RGB PCs, and every time some new gear was coming to the store, I was eager to sell it and to put it into the PC and see how it shines. Are you the same?
I am the exact same way. I'm often an early adopter, but yeah, I have a nice big old. My case is the size of my desk almost, just so I can put anything in there under the moon that I want. But yeah, I'm a PC gamer too.
Oh, Lisa Van Valen. I still need alarm to wake up after 7 hours, but not 8. Everyone is different, and during day I am not tired of if I am working on my feet, but if I sit for computer training or rock a baby, I am tired. Got it. But I was happy to see you, Lisa, because I messaged you. I want to send you a package with a patch as I owe you, and some additions. And I messaged you on, buy me a coffee. Yes, that's actually the only thing the only channel of communication I found. So please check it and reply to me with your address. Okay, that's the kind of patch you want. I cannot show it to you right now, but it's either Abrams or Rick the Ukrainian, and with what also? Phone number, address, phone number, full name, and all that for me to be able to send you the package. Thank you. Lisa, also, who was there? Baston. I contacted Baston. If you can hear this, if you listen to this in the recording, or if you're there in the chat, please, once again, message me. And that nipple ring is lying here for what, half a year already, waiting for you? AppaTalks, do you know what I'm talking about?
A nipple ring? That's what it sounded like you said.
That's it. It's not a nipple ring. It's just a joke. It's a keychain ring with a hat
Okay.
with John Sweeney hat. But someone called it in the chat a nipple ring warmer.
It sounds cute. I'll say that.
Yeah, so we developed it into the funny joke. So this thing is waiting for Baston for about 4 months, I think already. It's like one of the first
Nice.
times I did the raffle. I so it was a long time ago. Yeah, that's someone else I need to contact. Also, let me check who I contacted there and who did not get back to me. Now, because mentioning it on the stream helps, because when people watch the stream or recording, oh yes, I gotta log into that program for once and check the message there. Because sometimes people message me somewhere I don't usually in the apps I don't usually use. For example, Instagram. I go there and 1 month ago, that person mentioned you in their stories or messaged you, and I was like, oh shit. that was a long time ago. So yeah, that's totally normal to miss some messages, and I needed to check that. I'm there. Someone is getting back to me here. Nice. Who else?
I'm kind of the opposite. I've removed a lot of my social medias as I've gotten older. I used to have Facebook and way back in the day, MySpace and other things, but I've whittled them all down to just a handful, less than a handful, and my life has become so much easier. Though I've recently gotten Telegram off of one of the rollers' recommendations for finding content that I can translate, which was an amazing idea, and I'm now on Telegram every day, even though I don't have a public profile or anything.
Nice.
The less is more often. So
Do you read Deep State?
I visited the site once in a while, but I don't go to it often
Mm.
or
It's in
regularly.
Ukrainian. They were doing an English version, but they stopped. Probably they don't have a person who will voluntarily translate that much content. I was thinking to volunteer to do that on the last stream on Wednesday, but I think if all of this is too much for me, add in one more task. It's gonna be wow. It's gonna be too much. It's gonna be way too much.
You know, it's never a bad thing to experiment and play around, and then find what works for you. And if you've been doing something for a long time and you come to the conclusion, hey, I kind of like this other thing better, it's okay to decom that old way of doing something and then going for new ways. But whatever works best and feels comfortable, I'm always down for, personally, and I love that mindset.
Yeah, awesome. There's a good advice there from Silver Earth. Put a contest winners notification section on Discord. That's a great idea. That's what we should do. Thank you. Why didn't I think about it before? Um, let's do it. And Lisa says, that's so cool. Thanks so much. I will try to see, but I am still learning these new things. I am best at Facebook. Well, like you can try to message me on Instagram, which is basically also Facebook, but maybe you will be able to join our Discord and message me there. Would be awesome. On Discord, it's where I try to put all the communication regarding the channel to have it in one place to find something quickly then. Or at least not that long as scattered all over the messengers and social networks and email. UN Vlad Sale, thank you for one gifted membership out there, by the way. By the way, I wanted to check the likes, guys. What about the likes today? Do we have maybe even 200? Who knows? Let's check. 163, 4, I would say. Pretty close. Let's get it to 200. I see that people are coming and going. That means that we can easily get it to 200. Thank you. It helps with engagement. And I would love to sing some Rick Ashley today too. So if you would be some kind to throw some coffees at me, well, I mean just at least one. Would be cool too. But anyway, we're not fundraising today and I'm not pushing you to donate, so just relax and don't do anything if you don't want to. I am on Merck's Discord. Awesome, Lisa. Then you can easily find my Discord. It's in the description of the stream. There's a link to our Discord community, and there I am available. Tag me in any chat, in any channel, and I will reply. Okay.
I like hanging out in the Rick Rollers channel personally on Discord.
That's a nice one. Like I would call it the main one because this was the first one. It was named for chatting or something like that before, like the standard name, and then whose idea was that? I think Tunez maybe to call it Rollers Chat, and yeah, if it was someone else, I apologize, but thank you for that idea. Lisa, you're
Forewarning though, when you do join the Rick's Discord chat, there's a waterfall of channels.
oh yeah.
It took me a good week to go through them before I got comfortable, but there's so many great content, and everyone on the channel is really nice, and the moderators are amazing there.
Yeah.
Great place to hang out.
Guys, huge shout out to you, my beautiful, amazing moderators. Andreas Lach there in the chat, Tuna Ottesen, and Hale. Who else do we have there right now? Like, in general, they are also Dr. Tuso, Sekila Secai. We also have Armand, and we have Marino. We have Lorene. I think I didn't forget anyone. Of course, we also have Ich bin da nicht, but he hasn't been around moderation lately, so I think we can do what? I don't know. I lost my thought because I was distracted by the message on PayPal. So Agnes K, K's donation. Hi Rick, I just sent you $100, 50 for the truck for the 3rd Assault Brigade, Lila, and 50 for the car for El Greco. With love, with lot of love. Thank you so much for that comment and for that donation. Also, once again. Ooh, you can probably tell that I'm exhausted today, right? Is it noticeable?
You are constantly exhausted, brother.
No. There are some streams like 2 weeks ago. I was so energized. And this stream, this Sunday, I think I was pretty energized. Also, yeah. Actually, 2 weeks ago, like this Sunday, I was super, I was energized. But last Sunday, remember, I was telling this Sunday that I actually felt like second half of the stream was super boring because I was just
I remember, yeah.
exhausted. Yeah, hey, Greg Terry, super chat, $10, love you, buddy. Go to the Uptech and get some melatonin on me to sleep.
I love Greg. He gives a second breath to the streams too.
Yeah.
And I was introduced to him through your channel. He's awesome.
I sang along because 20 Coffees by Keiyo Vaino sorry, I cannot read your second name. It's too hard for me, Ukrainian. Oh, I'll try. Okay. Vaini on pa. Vaini on pa. I hope I am. Are you from Finland? I wonder, because it sounds Finnish. Thank you so much for 20 coffees. And I interrupted you there. You said you were talking about Greg, right? The Energizer.
Oh yeah, I was introduced to him through your channel, and recently became a subscriber of his. And oftentimes when he's on the air, I see a second breath to the streams coming.
Yeah.
So the one thing I love, another thing I love about the rollers community is we're all interconnected through so many different channels. I find that really inspiring, and Greg's a linchpin in that cohort of people.
Greg, I think Greg is the most energizers of all of us. Who else is that energetic as Greg? There's someone. It's itching my mind that there's someone else. Dick Dawson, of course. Dick Dawson and Greg. You guys are legends. Dr. Dawson is there in the chat, by the way, today through all the stream. You see, Greg is saying, Dickie Dawson. yeah, just in Dickie's style. Though I'm not allowed to call Dick Dawson Dickie. It's only Greg's prerogative, you know? Greg is just awesome. Still manages to surprise me nearly every day. That's what I envy in Greg, that he doesn't need to sleep much. Like 3 hours and then, hey, full of energy. I need to sleep for at least 8 or 9 hours to stay energized. And it is enough just for one day. Because in the evening, I'm getting exhausted after a very productive day. But my days have been productive lately. I can't, how do you go? Not whine, but shit, I forgot the word. I can't, how do you call it? Не можу жалітися.
You can't complain.
Complain.
I don't
That's the
know.
word. Yeah, thank you. I just forgot that simple word. Need to try to go to bed earlier today, definitely.
Yeah, I'm a coffee addict. I need my coffee for me to stay awake. Even right before bedtime, I still drink coffee. So
It doesn't help.
Doesn't
me
work
much.
for everyone, but I love coffee.
It doesn't help me much. I mean, I love coffee in the morning, but I wouldn't say that this is the only thing that boosts me or stuff like that. Nah, it doesn't have to do anything with my energy usually. Sometimes I drink coffee and want to sleep even more. So it doesn't work for me like that. Rick, it's an American thing, says just Jimmy. Which one? Energy? Well, Dick Dawson is Canadian, so maybe you're talking about something else. The regular rollers are in the chat, says UN Vlad Sale. Well, I think regular rollers and irregular rollers are also in the chat. Maybe some people from Hope Train, but I don't see your regulars here, Greg, today. When you're a guest, they're coming, but when you're not a guest, they're skipping the roller streams, to be honest. But that's okay. That's okay. I totally understand, and I would love to be to so many streams, guys. But due to the lack of time, I skip so many of them. So even my friends like Greg or Starsky, Greg, I know that you had Pete, but I was so damn exhausted when you streamed with Pete 2 days ago. Whew, I would say I'm frustrated that I'm missing it because I would really love to be there. Because also when I chat with you guys, it is so cool that we can communicate with you through the chat. That's the thing of streaming, and it's such a good thing that you can communicate with the chat with people who are watching and not fall asleep right now. Rick, please. Linda H, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Oh, okay, so let me check. What did I miss there in the chat? 96 people watching for Wednesday stream. This is pretty good. Last time we had 160, but that was because Greg was the guest, and his Hope Train was hopping in on the stream, and we had more people here. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I know for you on Wednesday, it's like the middle of the day for most of you, or maybe not the most, maybe for 50% of you, but there's still, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Rick, Pete was working and couldn't join the stream the other night. Oh, shit. But he's okay, right, Greg? I hope he is. Paul, thank you, by the way, for your hard work on Greg's channel and for you always being here. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Okay. Wow. I mean, today I've put a lot of energy into the podcast and into the meeting. Sveti Petrivci, the guys are amazing, and we had some emotions there. It is also a bit tiring, you know how when you feel a lot, you're getting tired. So yeah, I really will try to get there to bed. I mean, earlier today than I usually do. But also wanted to post at least something, if not the report about the stream fundraiser, at least the photo report about the tires, because the 3rd Assault Brigade got the tires already like 2 weeks from you guys, and I still haven't reported on that. The tent for the 3rd Communication Brigade was also made and delivered to them. So there's photo of that too. So at least 2 reports I can do. And yesterday we shot that report with Hala and the guy from 79th Brigade. Third report to post. So fourth thing to post is the report about the previous stream fundraiser. Are you? How do you call this process? To do what with fingers?
Count with fingers? I'm not sure.
We say zahinai palci, which is like the thing with the move you're doing with your finger. We're like naming the move. You probably don't have that. Okay, but yeah. So
Drawing a blank. Sorry.
no, that's not a problem. It's just maybe a difference in spelling in different languages, different cultures. So count with fingers. Yeah, guys. These are four things. Then the fifth thing is the video from. There's still a last video from Nafo Truck handover event, guys. Sixth thing is the. Holy rollers. Yeah. The sixth thing is the video from today from Sveti Patrivtsi. Seventh thing is I'm thinking of a video to promote our Nafo truck campaign because it's been going much slower than usually. Right now we have, let me update the page. I'm showing it on the screen also. Let me update it. Come on, cross the 3,000 mark, please. Yeah, 3,191. But guys, for 3 days, only about plus 200 euros. So, yeah, so I don't know, maybe a video to promote it, to show it on my channel for those who are not coming to the streams but still watching the channel, to have a video to know that we have this campaign and maybe we have someone joining in. But anyway, when the time comes, it's gonna be done. I take it chill. You know, I know that if you stress too much on fundraising, you're gonna lose your head. You're just go mad. I know some people who are super worried all the time and super concerned and super stressed about the fundraising campaigns, and it's really hard to be next to them because they start to like push everyone hard. And my way is more chill, and I like that. That it works and that you trust me, guys, and showing such awesome results with our fundraising campaigns. You always close them so fast. I know that I also put some work into that because I'm trying to give you some awesome things in return, like those raffles, auctions, and my package is just to thank you for all the work that you do. So yeah, it's our joint work. We're doing this together. I put some work, you also put some work, and we have a very good result. So Carrefour El Greco is at 50%, and I'm really hoping to push it to 100% on Sunday stream. But if not, I'm chill about it. Everything is done at its time. Of course, if you put some extra effort, it usually gives some results. But for now, Starsky is not streaming because he has a bad internet, and usually coming to his stream with his massive community, it boosts up streams. By the way, guys, I don't know if I told you that, but Starsky helped me out a few times. I mean, you've seen this yourself, but saying it is not just doing it, you see. I asked him, like, dude, I have this fundraiser that is going really slow. May I come to your stream and ask you to promote it? And he always says yes. And and his community is always making such a huge boost. For example, the Nafo truck campaign for, was it our second or third one? I don't remember exactly. Probably the third one. It was going pretty slow, and I went, no, it It was the second one, yeah. And I went to his stream, and from, if I'm not mistaken, from 7,000, it went up to 18. No, it was 16 back then. It was NAFO Truck 1.0. It went just in 24 hours. So, yeah. Why are you angry with Linda there? I don't believe anything Speaker Mike Johnson says. I heard he's going to send them home for another break on 22nd. Yeah, that fucker just lies every time. He doesn't care about Ukraine. He's not planning to vote on the package, guys. He's just making excuses. He's just being a typical realpolitik politician. He doesn't care about Ukraine even a bit. Yeah. Oh. Okay. 1 second. Oh yeah, now it works. Starsky is number 1. Exactly. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a quick question. Do you prefer the PayPal route or the buy me a coffee route?
PayPal, of course.
Based off of like fees. Okay.
Because
yeah, I wasn't sure because I know PayPal has a certain fee range. I have no idea about buy me a coffee, and I know certain routes of donation. It's hard for some people because banks won't allow transfers or whatnot. But I do have those two avenues, and I was just wondering what your preference was.
Yeah. Now the thing with PayPal, you pay the fee, and I don't have to pay it because when we Ukrainians withdraw it, we don't pay anything, and when we send it to other Ukrainians, we also don't pay any fees. So that's a small bonus from PayPal to us. They are doing many restrictions for us, but they're also giving some awesome things like this one. And also with Buy Me a Coffee, I'm not sure if you're paying some fees with coffees. Like if you buy, for example, you've probably been buying coffees. If you buy 10 coffees, how much do you pay for that?
I don't know. I put the subscription, but I do know with PayPal, if you do an international transfer, they automatically charge the sender like a $5 fee. So just people who want to account for that too. But yeah, I don't know about buy me a coffee. It didn't seem like it charged me anything when I did it for fees, but I'll have to double check.
So yeah, and then if I receive money from Buy Me a Coffee, for example, you paid the fee, right? And if even you don't pay it, I still need to withdraw the money. And with that, man, that's crazy. So first, Buy Me a Coffee takes 5%. Then I withdraw it on Pioneer. On that stage, Pioneer takes 2%. And then I withdraw it on my card, and with that, no, only then I pay 2% to Pioneer. But yeah, that's about that. So 2 fees. I need to pay 2 fees with Buy Me a Coffee, and no fees with PayPal. Yeah.
That's really good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, but for membership, I prefer Buy Me a Coffee because PayPal has no membership for Ukraine. Exactly. Yeah. Aren't you losing money in fees? I lose them, and that's what I decided. That's on me. When you send me, for example, 200 coffees for some fundraiser, I compensate the fees with the coffees you're sending for me. So, for example, you send 200 for the fundraiser and 200 for me. I receive, I think, from those 200 for me with all the fees and stuff, I receive around 170, maybe 165. But that's okay with me. I think that's reasonable. I think compensating some of that, including that you support me so much, guys, with coffees and with YouTube memberships and super chats, I have enough to compensate the fees and just Yeah. I'll take that into consideration from now on. Well, don't like if you send more coffees and
Every penny helps.
what?
Every penny helps.
Yes, every penny helps.
Is the phrase. Yeah, I know YouTube charges like a 30% fee for their stuff.
30% fee. Yeah, they charge 30%, and then they also charge what around 5% for the monthly payment to you. So it's less than 5. I was counting. It's like different all the time. I don't know what it depends on, but yeah, it is different. But I wanted to say that. And I fell asleep. Sorry. Let me remember. What was I talking about? Damn.
Well, the buy me a coffees are great for your income.
Yes.
And okay.
Yes. About buy me a coffee membership. Yes, I prefer that. Also with YouTube. Yeah. So YouTube percentage is around 3.5 or 5%, something like that. But you see, they take 30% to themselves from all the memberships and super chats, super stickers, but also they take taxes, U.S. taxes when they pay money to you, monthly. Yeah, everything you gathered during the month, they pay you the next month on 22nd. So with YouTube, I also decided that I will start paying taxes from YouTube incomes. Ukrainian taxes, I mean, because before that I was paying taxes from my income on my job. Now I think we can consider YouTube an income, and Buy Me a Coffee, they are donations. They are literally donations. So that is how I plan to do it. Just need to change something in terms of my official, I don't know how you call it, tax status or something like that. Change the type of income. Before that it was IT. Now it is kind of a journalism or something like that. So I need to open the new, we call it KVED. I actually don't know how this abbreviation de-abbreviates, but anyway, you need to like set the new status there. Need to do that. Fortunately, I have a person who's helping me with that with a small payment per month, only about $20. There are some in Ukraine you can get an accountant who will be helping you with that for a ridiculously small amount of money. So yeah, that's very good to have such support. Custom Fantasy Hot Wheels Rick, you should contact Inside Russia to ask him if he can help you promote these fundraising campaigns. Are you kidding me? Inside Russia is raising money for his family. He doesn't donate anything to the armed forces of Ukraine, as you told me, guys. Those of you who were on his streams told me that Konstantin doesn't really care about helping Ukrainian army defeat Russia. So I don't think it's a good idea. 3 questions, guys. You gotta ask every Russian 3 questions. Who's Crimea? Second question is if they are donating to the armed forces of Ukraine or any other defense forces of Ukraine. And the fourth question, if that person thinks that the only way to stop Russia from invading other countries and committing genocide is for Russia to be disintegrated and stop being an empire and become a set of different national countries. So yeah, ask him that. Rick, usually the money you take out of your businesses for your living expenses will be taxed as income. So both YouTube and Buy Me Coffee would count as income. Well, we still don't have, if I'm not mistaken, we still don't have the regulation for donations here in Ukraine. They're working on that, but it's not the part of the law, I would say. So anyway, I've consulted with an accountant, and accountants know a lot of stuff about taxes. So they said right now donations are donations, and presence in Ukraine should not really be taxed. By the way, that's a and then yeah, that's how corruption also works in Ukraine. Some people, I mean, those deputies, corrupt deputies, or other corrupt bureaucrats in Ukraine, they, by the money they've stolen, they, with those money they're buying some stuff and gifting, and like for example, some dude's wife is buying a car and gifting that car to him, and he doesn't have to pay anything because that's a present. That's how it works. We gotta fight that. So, do we have a reply about no, not Project Constantine, Inside Russia? Anyone knows anything? Maybe I'm mistaken. I would be happy to be mistaken, and that guy is really raising funds for the defense forces of Ukraine. So yeah, I'm really curious. Yeah, she's not mine. Got it. That's probably you guys talking among each other. I have to get up and start this day, says Dr. Dawson. Take care, everyone. See you all soon. Slava Ukraini. Heroям slava, my friend. Thank you. Lisa, when I became Merc member in 2020, it was just I liked his channel, but with wanting to help with helping Ukraine, there are so many good ways. Exactly. Rick, no, don't say who's Crimea. What is grammatically wrong? Whom does Crimea belong to? I constantly say who's Crimea and people understand me. It's just easier to repeat that. But okay, whom does Crimea belong to? Ask him that question. And you're actually, you started to talk about me saying something wrong instead of telling me what Konstantin is doing. So please, I'm still waiting for the answer. Yeah, the right way to say it is going to be, whom does Crimea belong to? Exactly. Zach the Russian donate to Ukraine the last time for drones. Good job, Zach the Russian. What about the other two questions? Did you ask him that? Cheryl Waitley says Konstantin doesn't donate to Ukraine. Yeah, that's what I heard many times. So nothing to talk about with that guy, because he didn't do it for 2 years, and I won't go ask him to help me promote my campaigns if he is not interested in helping Ukraine. He's Russian, guys. Don't forget that we Ukrainians have not just complicated relationships with Russians. They are threatening our existence. Even those Russians who are sitting there in US and kind of praying for Ukraine, which he constantly does. How does it help us? But how does it help him? That helps him pretty good. So I would love to see real allies. We understand who's Crimea. Yeah. Says he working with families from Ukraine that are in Uzbekistan. No idea if that is true. Yeah, you go and try to check it out. That's gonna be impossible, I think. Yeah, having proofs for any actions would be also cool. I said earlier, I know what he'll say, but put Konstantin on blast to show his real colors. Got it. So it's like a trick to show his real colors. Let me guess, white, red, and blue? White, blue, and red, yeah. With blood, of course. Crimea is Ukraine. Stick Hemming. Exactly. Thank you. Okay. What about some what about a bit of the news after all? Let's go and read some deep state. Let me translate it. ChatGPT did a good job with it last time. Oh, I have one actually from Yuri Hudimenko, guys. I need to translate you this one. That's a powerful statement out there, so let me do it to you. I'm showing you this book to remind you who Yuri Hudimenko is. Ukrainian politician, soldier, and not just a regular politician. He's the exemplary politician, how politicians should actually act. So yeah, let's go there. And let me just translate it. It's not, the English text is not going to be on the screen because I'm going to be doing it in the other browser. So I just want you to listen to me narrating that, okay? Thank you. Let's see if ChatGPT still remembers the task from the previous one. Yes. Ha, translated it right away. Awesome. Sometimes it's getting stupid and says, what is written here is next. Or something like that. You know? Okay. So, this says next. You don't want to think about it, but you will have to. As a nation, as a people, we are forced to evolve or die. War evolves. The enemy evolves. The army evolves. Weapons evolve. Civilians will have to as well. Where there are airstrikes on large power stations, there will be underground schools, kindergartens, offices, and hospitals. We will go underground because we need to live. We are already going. We are already building. Due to attacks on large power stations, we will be forced in the future to build a large number of smaller ones. It's better to have 100 small targets than a dozen big ones. Harder to defend, but easier to repair, and a smaller cumulative impact from each strike. All political, democratic, social, and other maps of Ukraine created before 2022 are no longer worth a damn. Damn, yeah. Lviv is already a city of 1 million. Kharkiv no longer is. The center of economic and industrial activity has shifted to west of the country, further from the front line. Old Soviet and sometimes post-Soviet giant factories in the east and south are being destroyed by artillery, mines, and airstrikes. All trade routes towards Russia are closed for a decade, if not more, and we would like it to be forever. The population is moving. Regional cultures, myths, and dialects are mixing. Old lines and borders of differences are blurred and destroyed. New ones run not on maps, but in people's heads. Yeah, we are forced to evolve. It's not our choice, but it's our reality. Anyone who tries to live as before the Great War will die out like dinosaurs or cavalry. The world has changed. Now it's our turn. Darwin made the conclusions long ago. Evolve or there won't be an or. Well, that was powerful when I read it in Ukrainian. Was it the same power in English?
That was very powerful. I like it.
Yeah, this guy is a very good writer, and he always sees inside, and he sees the core of it, and he sees how it will develop. A very, very good mind. Okay, so yeah, Ukraine has changed, and I really don't have anything to add to that. We need to change together with it. And guys, I think I think this is just the beginning. Not just Ukraine. The whole world will change or it will extinct, like dinosaurs or cavalry. Rick, how do I get a NAFO or HIMARS patch? Well, a NAFO patch. Which one do you talk about? Because maybe with the fella. I don't know how to get how do you get this one, but the one with HIMARS I'm gonna be doing, I think, next campaign with HIMARS and the new one, maybe with Javelin, luckily. So right now what? Right now Dimitri from 69th Sniffing Brigade says we cannot do it with 2 patches, but considering how this campaign is going, we need to do it with 2 patches to bring more people to it, because people want to see diversity and they want to have probably sometimes more than just 1 patch there. And when I was doing 2 campaigns, I must say it was easier than with 1 patch. Yeah. Okay, guys, I also forgot to show you something. Just give me a second. Oh, there's no what? Just give me a second. AppaTalks. We need to change you, switch you. Yeah, now you're back. This is Sveti Petrivci. Yeah, the same school I've been today, same podcast. They gifted me this awesome poster. It is painted by the Sinko Daniil. I think a junior school student, and they all signed it to me. Here's okay, it's hard to see it from this side. I think this might be Allah. This this is probably Darina. It's hard to say who is who, but they all signed it. So their signatures are here. And that's an honor for me to receive this. Super awesome. We'll also show it on Sunday stream when they're gonna be here in a few weeks. Yeah, you see, maybe people already have the 1 patch and want another different one. Yeah, but you still don't have the pineapple patch, guys. I'm sure of it, because it is just the first time it appears anywhere. It's so awesome. Yeah, I also enjoyed it. Hey, sorry for being ultra late. Hello, Dr. Tuso. How you doing? We're having a pretty good stream. I think we have a lot of good, pleasant things said, and I even did I would say it's not a news article. It's the statement from Yuri Hudimenko, the Ukrainian soldier, politician, veteran, wounded soldier. Yeah, he's a very admirable man. So the statement was powerful. I recommend you to go around 10 minutes back in time and listen to that one. Decide, Rick, for your English and enjoyment. Mr. Terry been talking about snatch vehicles. Ask your wife, the English teacher, what snatch is slang for. She's not the English teacher. And I know that snatch is to like steal something from right? To like not steal, but like to grab it fast or something like that under someone's nose, right?
So snatch, that's the correct definition. But for slang, it means something. It could potentially mean something a little bit more vulgar.
I've heard that, yeah, but I don't remember, and I don't actually want to remember. Because yeah, someone told me that in the chat or somewhere in there. Yeah, I got it. 3x means, does it like the old slang for porn? So innocent, Rick. Well, I'm not innocent, to be honest, and I just don't want to really bring it in here, okay? Snatch is slang. Okay, got it. Kitty. Got it. So it's that simple. Well, okay. Oh, by the way, guys, have you seen that that's a very important news that came this week? Actually, when was it? April 8th? On Monday? Yeah, on Monday. Our main directorate of intelligence posted a video that a ship in Russia, a Russian sea fleet, guys, not Black Sea Fleet. This one is stationed in Kaliningrad Oblast. Our diversion group burned it from the inside. There's actually a video proof of that. You see? So, yeah. Finally, Russian fleet started to burn outside of Black Sea, and I love to see it. That's actually a very important event that might be missed. Like, it didn't burn fully, definitely, but they said that communication center has burned, and what else? Let me check. Yeah, all the communication was destroyed and automatics also destroyed. So very important part of the ship. So the ship is disabled for long repair, I think. Maybe not for the crucial repair, but for a long one, definitely.
And I think a more important message this sends across is no matter where they have assets stationed, they're not safe.
Yeah.
And that's good for Ukraine in the fight against Russia.
Mm-hmm. This side says, Rick, Mr. Terry is also a pastor, so it's extra funny because he's talking about snatches. Got it. Okay. That's funny indeed, yes. But I was talking about the news, and yes, you're right. They're not safe anywhere. And every Russian occupier, Russian war criminal, and they're all war criminals, guys. There are no innocent Russian military. Believe me, those who are on the ships outside of the Black Sea are also war criminals. There are many wars, and you see they're doing provocations constantly with their ships. They were using those ships in Syria, if I'm not mistaken, also. So, no innocent Russian soldiers. Don't forget about that. Let me see what else is there. Oh, yes. Beautifully, bridge on Russia is being fallen down. And this is an important part, and I would really love to know that we are behind this bridge fallen, because this road was leading to Minsk. This was like a central road, I think. And more destruction in Russia means they're becoming more weak. And that's a critical infrastructure. Bridges are the part of the critical infrastructure. That means they should be destroyed, and they are legal target. I don't think we are standing behind that, because that bridge was not repaired for decades, and just because Russia don't care about their infrastructure, about their people. They care only about waging wars and invading other countries and grabbing more territories. So that's it. Okay. Also, Russia is being underwater. I think you know that. And what about that? Did I save the video about Russia drowning? No, I don't think so. Yeah. But you know that their town of Orsk, which sounds a bit like orc, you know, orcs. we call it Orksk, like orcish. And it is drowning because their dam is being, it's been flooding their town, and now Yekaterinburg also, because the water keeps coming from the river Ural, and Russians are being drowned, and that's karma. I don't think it's our doing, but who knows? Maybe that's karma, like when that's kind of the karma when people are standing behind it. That's war, guys. I don't think it's us. Anyway, it is very good to see that they receive their own medicine, as we say here in Ukraine. So that's what it is. So, AppaTalks, I wanted to also ask you, because we've got to end the stream in 13 minutes, ideally. And I wanted to ask you, how can we start working on that, and how should I send you some piece and you will practice on it to use that method you're talking about, or we should like try it on my side?
So I got a pretty good method down to do the translations and whatnot. Best way to work with me is through your Discord channel. Yeah, we can just go with the flow and see how it goes. Basically, what I need is I can do any kind of multimedia file, and then I have my own tools to convert it to whatever I need necessary, and then I just pass it through the API endpoint, and then we just need a human touch to review it to make sure it's accurate and
Okay.
and all that.
We can
good stuff.
actually try the human touch together for the first time, and in real time I will be saying this is super good, this is incorrect, and this slang was not taken properly. So yeah, let's do it this way. So I just first I need to choose a piece, right? Okay, I have Russian subtitles, like all of them, done for the next one I was planning to make the dub. I have 10 minutes of the 52 or 56, I don't remember, minutes of the video translated into English. So, okay, we can sort it out in private conversation. We need to figure out what to begin with and how to make it going. But damn, thanks, man.
Yeah, I work best collaboratively. So if we can do like a session together where we just bang heads, I work really well in that kind of environment. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I think we'll both learn some good stuff.
Awesome. Me either that way. I love to sit and work together and brainstorm. It's the best coming out of it. Yeah, so let's do it. Awesome. The main challenge for me is now to find time to do that. Shit. Okay, next week. Someday next week, I think I will find that time. Okay, tomorrow is a car service. Also, guys, the 2 FPV drones I've been showing you about a month ago, or maybe already 2 months ago, the one that are, remember, with Z on it, the Russian FPV drones. Tomorrow, I'm gonna bring them to the painter who is painting stuff on trophies, like the shells, and also on FPV drones, and she will do it in some time. I don't know when. I told her not to hurry, but maybe we will make an art pieces of those ugly things. Yeah, someday, maybe in 2 or 3 months, maybe even later. Who knows? But we'll get that. Okay. Okay, maybe a bit more news before we go.
I saw the your thumbnail. I saw where that came from. I thought it was kind of hilarious. If you want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I have a video here. Oh no, not a video, but a photo. But you guys probably seen the video. Well, that's hilarious, but also I think was pretty effective, because FPV drones couldn't get to that thing because underneath the dome, it has the electronic warfare device, or like many devices. And it was pretty good at suppressing the signal of the drones. And that extra protection was good for the infantry that was hiding beneath it. So all of this might be we're laughing because it looks like some bug, but it might be effective. Let's see. Time will show. That this tank, guys, if you didn't know, this tank was destroyed by HIMARS, I think, or maybe a glide bomb. Who knows? We also have glide bombs, by the way. It was destroyed about a day ago. Yeah, I think I've seen the video of it being destroyed a day or two ago. So this tank is not invincible. There's no ultimate weapons or protection. Everything can be destroyed. But being on the front, on the attack, in the attack is, well, it was pretty efficient because it managed to escape the battlefield after it guided the whole column of Russian infantry vehicles and tanks to the... Hey, AppaTalks, thank you for 20 gifted memberships. I appreciate it much. And also, we have 10 gifted from Barfly Chef. Thank you, Barfly Chef, for 10 gifted. And auction this day, $10 super chat. Looks like Ukraine struck aviation training center in Voronezh region. Awesome. Some good news are coming. Okay, so what I'm hoping to do today is to post a small report about the wheels or about the tent. Guys, I want to ask you all and ask you, AppaTalks. Let's go to my page. I wanted to do that a long time ago. Just a second. Let's go to the community page. And here is the report. And I have many photos there. How many of you guys miss the other photos? Like, there's the first photo with the dogs, right? And then you you scroll. Is it scroll? Okay, glide, scroll, whatever. You can see more pictures here. And if I post that, what about you, AppaTalks? Do you see those or do you miss them?
I don't ever go to your community tab. I should do that.
You should start doing that. I do a lot of
I should start
important
doing that. Yeah.
updates there. So yeah, I'm reporting.
Yeah.
At least you will see the front photo. I try to put something cute there, so it could be interesting.
I'll start making a point to do that, though. It looks like because when I think YouTube, I don't think community tab first thing off of my mind. But now that you've showed me, I will definitely make a point to look at that.
Yeah, there are some announcements.
We might have to mention it more times too. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe talk about it and shout it out. Will help people to also find their way to the community tab, because maybe a lot of you guys aren't using that, but man, a lot of people already use it, because 559 likes, 725, 701, 373 is not a lot. The reposted videos are taken only, not taken, but receiving only around 200 likes maximum always. That's with this type of content. Algorithm doesn't like you reposting someone's video for some fucking reason. I don't know. They like, of course, the faces, the kitties, the doggies, all that algorithm stuff. So I try to put a photo of some people, usually that I love, or I'm making selfie with someone and posting that photo, or the dogs. Do you like dogs? You remember that one from The Snatch? Was it? Yeah, its name was Snatch, Guy Ritchie's movie, right? And that was in the sense of grabbing something from under someone's nose, and not in the sense of vagina. Yes, I said that. You guys are afraid to say the the official word for it, right? Because I didn't see a single vagina in the chat.
It's definitely weird to hear and say.
Well, not for me. That's okay. I am pretty unashamed person. Rick Hacken, the feed algo. Yeah, I'm actually feeding it with. I'm feeding the algorithm, the algorithm machine. Yeah. Okay. 4 minutes to finish. I really want to be in time today because I'm starving and there's some tasty dinner was prepared there when I was streaming. So I really gotta go and have a dinner. And I want to thank you, AppaTalks, for coming here today. It was such a pleasure to meet you. I would love to see you here again someday, and let's work together next week and see how we can improve the dubbing process. Well, the pre-dubbing process, I would say, because dubbing couldn't be improved much there. It's just me or someone else, or me and someone else are sitting and narrating. But the process before that, this is a great opportunity. Thank you. Every time I have a chance or opportunity, I try not to miss it, and I would love to try that. By the way,
I really appreciate you inviting me on with you and being with all the rollers here. I love this chillness that we have. So thank you, sir.
yeah, it was such a chill stream comparing to some Sunday streams, right? And
Those are fun. I love those, and I'll make every
oh
one
yeah,
that I can.
I mean I love them too, but you see the difference. Like today we're not rushing anywhere. We're talking about anything we want, without the need to constantly get back to our goals or our agenda or something like that. So thank you guys for this chill stream. I really agree. Thank you for all the gifted memberships and super chats and coffees also. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. That's it. I did it for the last time because that time I sang only one line, and now I needed to make it up. Oof. Men, once again, thank you so much. Hugs to you from me. Always love to see a roller here. Live long, prosper, and donate, guys. You know that. Okay, even if today we don't need to donate, we need to do it every other day because our army depends on that, really. And you know that they know that and they are grateful. And I will pass every word of gratitude from them to you because I think it's very important. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, of course, after the stream. That helps with engagement. And what else? I see you on probably earlier than Sunday, but 2 streams on Sunday, as always. I'll keep you posted in the community post. Go there and check it out. Ideally every day, because I'm trying to post there something every day. So, the last thing to say is Slava Ukraini.
Slava Ukraine.
Yes. Then I need to teach you. You should reply with Heroyam Slava.
Heroyam Slava.
Exactly. That's perfect now.